Today, gang, we've got some poplar up onto the sawmill, and actually what we're doing is we're making 2x4 and 2x6 premium cut wood that we're going to use for our T&G up at the barn. We got to get ready for this because this stuff needs to dry out. So today we're going to show you a technique, or our technique, how we cut this to get the most premium boards that you can get. Not just boards, premium boards. So stick with us, we'll show you.
That's chunky.
It is chunky, Jay. Okay, so you guys got your log up on your mill, and I know a lot of guys want to just make 2x4s as quick as possible, and they just start cutting inch and a half, or two, or whatever number that you're actually cutting. Actually, what we're going to do today is going to show you how we're going to mark out to get our 2x4s, because we're looking to get premium cut wood. This cut wood right here, if you're going in this direction all the time, you see this? That's why your boards cup. I mean, not all the boards, but that's really the main reason why everything's actually cutting. We're gonna actually take this, we use our laser, and we're actually lining up here the center of what we want. And we actually really know that we're not looking to get down into the heart. So I'm looking on my log of how much room I got for me to get perfect 6-inch pieces that I'm going to slice into this direction. So, I mean, real quick, easy, let's take a look at how we do something like this. I usually, this is not a big log for us. I usually try, one, trying to get out of the heart. So I usually try to get a 4x4 out of there. I don't think this log's big enough to do that. So I'm really looking here, 6 inches. I'm going to mark up. So you know that this is actually where your cuts and your boards are going to be. So is there room for you to get as many boards in this vertical direction as possible? Yeah. Yes, when you cut, you're going to get a flat board right here. So you're going to get some quarter sawn wood, you're going to get some rift sawn wood, and I'll show you the difference in how it lays out onto a 2x4. They're going to dry straighter, they're going to be a higher quality wood. So whether you're doing 2x4s, 1x material, if you cut in this same direction that we're showing you, you're going to easily get boards. And that's how they, it's a semi-technique of quarter sawing or sawing there. So that's where we're at. So we know, let's get back to the layout here. You could take your level, put your pieces across so you could actually see what you got going on. The helpful for me, my laser, right in the middle of the heart. Now I keep telling you, from end to end, when you're doing a log like this, trying to get premium boards, make sure you're centered here and in the back. A little more work, but that's what you got to do. So I know right here that this is where I'm going to want to be to make my first cut and still get a board. Not a premium board, might be able to split it in half. Still a usable board. So that's where we're going to go with it. Okay, so we got our first layout. We know where we want to make our first cut. We're going to start to skin this log. So, I mean, right now you've already laid it out. I just bring my laser up to the top cut that I want to be. Make sure everything's going to be good in the back on my log. Definitely make sure that it's actually going to fit through the throat of the log, but I think this log's pretty straight. We shouldn't have a problem. So there we go. I'm actually going to make my first cut right there. I think it's going to give us a pretty good log, Jay.
All right. These things yield pretty nicely.
We're actually this is a Woodland Mills blade that I have sharpened. This is the 4th round of sharpening on our rack over here on the wall. And honestly, Jay, we milled all morning with this thing.
Yeah, this thing cuts really nice on
It
poplar.
did cut nice. I mean, I don't want to say I think it's time to come off, throw a sharp one on, and we'll go from there. So really, now, yep, got to get my stuff off. Where's Jay?
I'm busy.
We'll deal with that later.
Nice job.
Now that we slabbed off, got rid of our slab here, I'm going to make the first cut, which is going to be the boards I was talking about. Get rid of that piece, and we'll have to just trim him down later. But I'm cutting myself exactly 2-inch pieces, 2-inch boards. We're making full 2 by 6. Not that store-bought stuff. So here's our flat sawn boards. Not our premium boards, but boards. Might even get a 2x6 and a 2x4 out of him.
We'll get something nice out of there.
Let's deal with him later, Jay.
Do it. Drop it. Watch my toes.
We'll see you. All right. Next thing, you guys know, time to roll. Lay out the other side. Then get to cutting. I don't know,
You
Jay.
gonna make it around there?
I don't think so today.
Here, let me help you out.
This is a big log, actually.
Big logs, 25 inches.
Talks about it not being a big log. It's a pretty big log,
It's
Jay.
a pretty big log. 25 is not small.
Here you go.
Coming around.
All right. Boom, boom. Let's get the winch in action. Lock everything off. Today, Jay,
Want me to unclip you over
I'm
here?
going to have you do some unclipping and stuff.
Okay.
This isn't the morning, fellas. We've been actually at it.
Got some good yield today, Dan.
Good yield. Decided to make a movie. Good yield. Are we all unclipped?
All unclipped.
Might need a rollback, Jay.
Oh, okay. Well, that buried into the clip over here.
What's up?
It did bury the clip then when you came back.
Here's how we get the clip off. How you like that? Sorry, Woodland Mills. Think I had to just order dogs. Guys, we put this thing to the test. Poplar's not light.
It's not light.
It's not oak, but it ain't light. That's it, I'm using my post, it's so big. Gonna lean back, get rid of my post. Time to square and check the heart. That's it. Guys, this isn't speed milling. You're looking for good wood. There we go. So, let me check. I think you guys know the routine. If you're here for the first time, I do this on every vlog. I find Jay doing it on some toothpicks too. I'm like, what are you doing? We're looking for scrap wood.
Old habits die hard, Dan.
It's die hard. He's actually trying to center split his firewood, guys.
For the solo stove.
So we got stuff for the solo stove, Jay.
That's right.
Woo. Okay, front's got to come up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the way it goes. And so here we go. I'm gonna be clipping my back. Unfortunately, I have no toe boards. Zero toe board action.
What happened to the toe board, Dan?
Like that last oak, fellas. Took her down.
Oh, man.
Let's see how she holds there, Jay.
Okay. You want me to try to insert a piece over here?
Do we have one of those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that, I got you. Let's see how it does. It's a pretty big log.
That's a big log.
So, using my winch again as my toe board. I think it's time to get, I saw with those 30-ton jacks, Jay.
Did you order them?
You know I didn't. I'm wishing I did. All right.
All right, it's coming up.
I know, I need an inch.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna give myself that inch. I went the wrong way.
Yep.
Don't worry about saying something. Yeah, I went the wrong way.
We'll just edit that out.
Nah.
All right, let's see how we're doing here.
Pull the log back some.
There we go. We're under there now. Improvise.
Improvise.
The
Crank
winch
that
helps.
up, would you see?
What's that? Yeah.
If you're running, hit that button, Jay. I think we're on now.
That's us.
It is us.
Center heart right there. How you looking down there?
How about give me a clip? We're actually right there.
Okay.
I hate to say we're within 1/8 of an inch.
All right. 1/8 of an inch, huh?
Yeah.
I think we can
Give me that thing.
I think we can. There you go.
Sorry, guys. I'm not that guy. See what I mean? We're right there. Okay, so we've got it turned around. We're squared up with our saw and our heart from end to end. Again, level, guys. So you want to lay out this side where your cuts are going to be. So take a little peek, you know, give yourself some room there. There's an 1/8 here, so you probably lay yourself out. Had this nice marker, Jay.
There you go. That helps.
It does help. So now you can see exactly what we've got going on here. This is going to be cut just like this as we come across. So these are going to be our 2x6 pieces. Let's see if that other marker works better.
So much for the good marker. Well, you got a lot of wax on there, so.
It does have a lot of wax. Everything here, guys, anchor sealed. As soon as the logs come in, Jay loves it. So here, you can see what we got going on. These are going to be my 2x6s that I'm making. So it's going to give you, I'm just going to go quick here, square you. You can see actually how the grain is going to work inside that 2x4 right here. Boom, boom. These are pieces right here are rift, quarter sawn, quarter sawn, quarter sawn. Maybe another one, but rift wood is just the next in line. And the way that this is cut, you're not going to get these big cuts. You see that everything is semi-even going through here with the grains. I mean, here's the grain lines. Okay, so that board is going to dry even. Going in this direction, here's the grain lines. So that's some of the reason people's boards are actually going to get warped, and we're going to cut them. We're going to basically cut exactly just like this. We'll show you what the boards look like and the waste material we get.
Okay, this is very helpful. My brain likes that very much.
Okay, so just like before, we're going to take our slab off. We're going to get our one flat sawn piece of wood that we're going to turn into a board, and then we're going to get ready to do some specialty sawing. It's not specialty sawing, guys. It's just how you lay out the board. You know, what kind of wood you want. I mean, you want to just come out and cut and have fun and rip through wood, I mean, buddy, toss a log on and have at it. You want to make premium boards, takes a little bit extra work, but that's what the high dollar is for. That's why it costs more money. Get your slab off. Watch your feet, Jay. There you go. Back to work.
Okay, that was a.
These Woodland Mills blades love poplar. I love poplar, Jay.
I love poplar too, Dan. You can keep your pine. I want
I
poplar.
know, better wood, not gooey. Heavy.
It is heavy.
All right, so there's our other piece. Need to get it out of the way for the holy smokes. Holy smokes.
Lightweight.
Here we go. Let's get it out. Sorry, Woodland Mills. All right, guys. So now you got your first two cuts. Everything is square. You're really ready to go. So we're going to just flip this thing. We're going to finish off the two cuts on the other side. Get us the cant that we want to use for our 2x6s.
Cut it up.
Cut it up, Jay. Monster log moving by yourself. Safely. I keep saying it. Safely. Safely. I've actually never, ever been hurt. Other than maybe a million splinters, but what carpenter doesn't get that?
It's occupational hazard.
Occupational. This is a beast. You wonder, how am I going to do that by myself? Just like that.
Oh.
Flop it over. We're going to skin the tops, guys. We'll get back at it.
That's a pretty rugged mill.
It is a rugged mill. That almost needs to be said. Can you push in the front a little bit?
Push in?
Yeah. There you go. Okay, guys, we have a perfect 15 by 15 can. But here, on this corner down here, you see down here, we have a little bit of scruff here. Now, it being a 15, this is where you're able, after your log is cut, to adjust your cut. So I know now that I want my 2x4s to be just like this. Okay? And I'm going to get a 1-inch piece left over that's going to cut off any slab that I have. Down here, I'm going to go the other direction. So this worked out pretty good. As you can see, it's not quite 2 inches as I was whizzing through there. I almost went every inch.
I don't know what that is, Dan.
Oh, I know. Look at that. No wonder it took so long. I was like, what's taking so long, Jay?
Well, thanks for trying
So,
to be.
guys, I'm not following these lines. I'm going to use the gauge on my saw. I'm actually just kind of showing you what's happening. And we're going to cut this 6-inch off right here, leaving the heart out of the way. Here's our boards. Here's our premium boards. Right here's where we start getting into the riff sawn. Still a better board than a flat sawn, but you're getting premiums, secondaries, and thirds out of one log.
Have I mentioned how much I love the markings on here?
I know you do, Jay. No, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is the big cut, heavy piece. This is we have to manhandle some stuff after the cut. Did I mention, Jay, how much I love milling poplar?
That's a big cut, man.
It's a big cut.
How'd that feel? Look.
Felt great.
All right.
We had very little tension.
I know it didn't. Just popped up a little bit here in the end. Not too bad.
Very little.
Not too bad. I feel bad that I'm not able to help you out here, Dan.
I know, but they makes better film, Jay. So we could have cut this log 2-3 hours ago.
All right, we'll see. Let's see you do it.
Let's see we do it. Okay, guys, like I said, there's a little bit more, let's say, handwork involved, and you got to get this one monster off because my saw, I'm sure I'm going to get it, Jay. Oh, I might need, yeah, baloney.
You can do it. Put your back into it.
Put your back into
You
it.
got it.
So, yeah, you want to see the trials and tribulations of running a manual sawmill with monster logs? That's probably about the biggest I've had to do by myself. I usually have Jay help.
I'm kind of glad you're on. Oh, I mean, yeah.
I know. So we're going to get this one out of the way. We're going to make in the next cut. Okay, since we've got that piece off and we're actually flipped over to make the center cut of what we have. Now we ended up with a 15 by 15. That's actually going to give me a 3-inch 3x3 going over here, which is too wide for a board. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to come down 1 inch right here. Take the board off now while it's still on your log. Get a premium piece. You're not fumbling it around trying to cut 1 inch off of a log there. So what happens, I don't even need that. Here's the laser. There's the actual piece. It's going to get cut, and this, being the center, going to become our 2x6 quarter sawn wood. That's how you're going to get that piece out of there. And I'm going to get 2. I'm going to 1 on each side because everything's exactly equal.
I like equal.
You do like equal. Okay, we've got our 2-inch centerpiece sized and ready to be cut. Ended up getting another 1x15. We'll show you over on the stack, but you can see right here how close to the heart this took a little turn into there. Cool part about this, your 6 inches pieces. So we're going to be able to cut this right out. So before you get it off the table, I have to pick it back up. That's a big log, Jay.
It's a big log. You need a hand?
There's usually a guy on the other side.
I don't know where that clown is.
Me neither. One guy.
One guy timber framing.
So yes, guys, by yourself, it's a little bit more work.
There's a lot of people out there doing it by themselves.
I know. Most, I got to say probably most guys, Jay.
Yeah.
I would think. But with your buddies. I mean, you're hanging out with your buddies. So for me to get my 2x6, I know I need to be at 9 because I was decent at math in school.
That makes one of us.
I know, Jay.
I know.
Let's see how good at math I was, Jay. Oh, yeah. Math was right. All right. Bit of tension in there, but still, I should have went the other way. Turn that off. So there, I'm going to flip that. Do the same thing. We know that we're 6 inches. But guys, there is the cut of the wood. That's how you want your grain to look. And she should stay straighter, not cup on you. Dry evenly. I mean, that's really it.
That's a pretty nice 2x6.
It is. We're going to punch these out, and then we're going to show you how we double up and take care of the last one. Okay, we've finished cutting out the center pieces and getting our 2x6s, and we've actually flipped up both sides of where we want to cut off the let's just say the little bit of bark that's over there, and then we're going to get even 2x6s all the way through. But look how this is setting up there. You can see why you wouldn't want your 2x4s this way. I mean, don't tell me wrong, but that's how they cut them for you at Home Depot. I don't know if anybody's been to Home Depot lately and seen any of the wood coming out of there.
They're not gonna like that.
You want premium 2x4s? Yeah, if you're just whipping up a shed and don't care, you could just have at it. But we're gonna clean off the top and we're just gonna cut our 2x6s and see what we end up with, Jay.
That's a thing of beauty.
It is.
As my grandma used to say, anything we're doing, it's worth doing right.
I forgot. We still have to cut these back up. Well, we got to get these bad boys back up on the table. Not too much waste here, fellas, for a giant log.
There's not a lot of waste.
Okay, fellas, you got the idea. Instead of sitting here watching us saw 2x6s all day long, you can see what we got going on here. You have to clean up that edge. This is a show log, Jay.
That's not very show-like.
Oh, man. There we go. Let us finish cutting these up. Finish trimming off what we can get out of here. And we'll show you what the yield's like.
It's gonna be good.
I think it's going to be good, Jay. Okay, we've got our big can already milled up, and now we're actually sizing the last boards. And I mean, you could stack them all up there and chop into them. I actually do them one at a time. Try to get as most as I can out of this. I mean, if I can get a 2x6 and a 2x4, I'm a happy guy. Honestly, if I get a 2x6, I'm a happy guy. Naturally, guys, I have to get off all of the bark. Wayne, I know some of it looked good, but we're looking for premiums.
Premium.
So I know to get my first 2x6, I need to be at 6.5. If my math is still correct in the afternoon.
It is late in the day, though.
It is late in the day. We're about ready to get stormed on.
Yep.
We got to get our wood in, Jay.
I know.
Premium.
Premium stuff. Keep it dry.
Check where I'm at. Maybe my math is a little off. That can't be off, Danny. Flat 2x6, Jay.
There it is. I like it.
All right, so the easiest way you want to get your bark, check your stuff. Now I know how my mill is set up. I drop those, I'm at 3 3/4. So I know I can cut 4 inches without running back and looking at whatever numbers might be on there. Sorry, Sandy. So let's see what happens. Let's go for a 2x4. Here we go, Jay.
Let's go.
Double check. Posts are clear.
Jogging through that one.
I was jogging through that one. It was perfect. Sorry. There we go. I'm a happy guy. 2x6 and a 2x4.
Beautiful.
So let us mow through here and let's see what we can actually get out of the rest of the pieces.
We're gonna get a lot. That's a nice stack.
Okay. So we're all cut up and you can see the lumber that we got from just one log. And not just lumber, guys. Premium lumber. If you could see, what do we get? 2, 4, 6, 8 quarter sawn pieces, 8 rift sawn pieces. I got 4 flat saws at 2x6s and 4 flat saws of 2x4s. We even managed to get a couple of 1x6s here. And even over there, look, 1x15, some premium boards.
That's a beauty.
So it is a beauty. Guys, as you're cutting, the best thing to do, so you only handle it once, Jay and I just start stickering it right there, because you don't want to wait. A lot of guys put it in a pile. I'll get to it later. I'm tired. It's done. You want to make sure your premium lumber is stacked, ready to air dry, and stay flat. Yeah, look at them pallets, Jay.
I love those pallets.
Listen, the easiest way, take them 2x4s. Make yourself some pallets. I mean, you have forks for your tractor, for your skid steer, whatever you have. This is how we move everything. This is how we store everything. So we can actually pack pallet, just like we got over here, guys.
That makes my life much easier, Dan.
Yep. It's all part of it. You want premium wood, you got to lay it out nice.
You gotta take the steps. That's a nice looking
Trust
stack.
me, you don't want to keep handling wood. You don't want to keep handling wood. That'll stay there until it goes to the kiln. So if you guys plan out your cuts and actually think about what you're doing before, you can mill yourself premium wood. Any kind of wood. It's just a technique and how you have to saw it. That's all. So I hope this helped, guys. Thanks.
Maximize your cuts.
Maximize your cuts, Jay. That's one log.
That's one log. That's crazy.